Good morning. So it's been a few days. I've actually got a bit of a cold. It's the weekend now, and yeah, I've been in bed for a few days, but I've come over because I was worried that a few things that weren't on the automatic watering system. Now, if you haven't seen that video, it came out on Wednesday. Go and have a look. I actually went through the full setup of how this polytunnel looks after itself, you know, and it's perfect for this because I've obviously been under the weather, but I came over because I wanted to check on a few things that might not have got a water in, and I didn't want them to die, but everything's looking okay. I'm actually quite pleased. The cucumbers have germinated, and this is the thing, when you've left the plot for a few days, you come back and you do notice those growth spurts, and you know, those seeds that might not have germinated before have actually come through the soil. So yeah, I'm a bit under the weather. So obviously, because I turned off this sprayer here because I was working and sowing, there's a few seedlings over here that are a little bit dry, so they'll need to be watered. But if you see where the sprayers are, everything has been watered. So yeah, it's working really, really effectively. I'm still not happy about this French marigold thing here, but it is what it is. There's plenty of pricking out to do, but I mean, that'll have to wait until I'm a bit better. But yeah, everything's looking okay. Those shop-bought lettuces that I bought, they're looking fantastic in here. I mean, look at them. I've had a picking off them as well the other day, but they're still looking great in there now. Everything is starting to bush up now. We've got the giant spinach, which definitely needs to be harvested. I've actually planted some more lettuces in here, so they will now actually be harvested in conjunction with these. So there's plenty of lettuce going on. And also I planted some at the back of the plot, which you've seen before I got a bit poorly. But yeah, make sure that you've got a successions of lettuces. So if you've sown some, don't think, oh, that'll be okay. Leave it about a week or two and then sow a couple more. Leave it another couple of weeks and then sow a couple more again, so that you've got a nice supply all through spring and summer. So yeah, everything's looking really, really healthy now. I also brought the basil over about 4 or 5 days ago, and they've been doing okay in here as well. I was a little bit worried if we'd have any frost, but they're protected in here. I mean, I've got plenty of basil now going on, and they're all starting now to get those extra leaves. I also sowed some Livingstone daisies, some amaranthus, and also some tassel ponytails mix, so that hopefully we'll have more flowers in the garden. Now you're probably thinking, where is all this going, Danny? Where is all these flowers going? Now, a majority of those are vegetables, but there is a lot of zinnias, cosmos, calendula, marigolds. There is, I'm not denying that, but they all get dotted around the plot, in between plants, in between the beds, and it becomes this nice polyculture of plants and flowers, and they all work together in keeping some of the pests down. So don't think it has to just be fruit and veg, because it doesn't. Add in a pile of flowers as well, and there's still plenty of time to start sowing them. So get some seeds and get them in. Now, if I was to suggest them, you can still direct sow some sweet peas. Make sure you cover it over so the mice and the rats don't get them. I've done that as well. Like, I've even done it in April, you know, end of April, where I've actually direct sowed around a teepee, and I had a full flush by summer. So all is not lost if you haven't done them. I have got plenty here, though, that will need to be planted out very, very soon. And I've also sowed a tray of dwarf French beans. These are called safari, and they're looking great. But I'm actually going to plant them out in here. And also, I thought, I've had a few days, obviously, in bed, so I've been thinking and watching other channels, and I've took on a few of the Greenstalk suggestions off other growers in America. Now, I have put 4 layers of lettuce in this Greenstalk here, but I'm thinking about taking out this top layer and putting in bush beans every other, and a few bush or dwarf plants, maybe the house tomatoes in here as well, just to give it a, you know, trial it all out. I don't want this all to be one thing. I mean, this is going to be an experiment for a few years on how I'm going to work this, and I mean, it's doing fantastic. I will say everything's looking really, really healthy. The strawberries are already starting to flower up. The lettuces are growing on really well here, and it's just automatically watered just by my drip irrigation. So I'm really, really pleased with it so far, but I want to start using it for other things as well. I mean, Yes, you could use it for lettuce, but I mean, if you've got a small patio, then this would be perfect for, like I said, bush tomatoes, bush beans. I mean, I've even seen people put flowers in them. I have seen a few people do nasturtiums in here. I'm not doing that because I think this would overpower it. I mean, it does look nice when they've got them all on the top and they're all cascading down, but I don't want it to shade this out. And all I'm doing is every couple of days, I'm just turning it 180 so that both sides are getting the same amount of sunlight. And that's all I have to do with it. And it just looks after itself. Now, eventually, I don't know whether or not this will stay here, or maybe it might go home next year. If this becomes a success, I might even purchase another one, because this would be perfect for me at home for bush tomatoes. You know, I could even put spring onions in here, lettuces, and this could become my salad bar for next year at home. I've also got my veg truck over there as well, which is why I've got so many lettuces and so many things, because even though I've got the plot, sometimes I want a little catch crop. I want to just grab outside. It might be raining. I just want to grab a few lettuce leaves and some spring onions and a couple of little tomatoes. That's why I grow them over there as well. And I will show you that through the seasons as well, because last year I even grew swede in there, mini cabbages. And speaking of mini cabbages, Ali over at the Rusty Garden, I will pop a link to her channel in the description for you to go over and have a look at Ali's channel. She sent me some Pixie cabbages. Now, I've got 15 of them here, and these are going to be perfect. They're very small, bowl-style cabbages, and I thought, Ali, these are perfect for what I wanted. So if you are like a single person, or you're a couple and you don't eat as much, but you still want to grow a lot, have a look at the mini varieties as well. I mean, that Pixie cabbage is going to be perfect. It's one little small compact cabbage, and that'll be perfect for a meal. I mean, I won't have to worry about taking a whole cabbage and then chopping it up and then maybe wasting it or giving it away or storing it in the freezer. Those are going to be perfect. And I mean, if they are beautiful, I will be trying to get more of those seeds. So hint, hint, Ali. So if they are actually as nice as they sound, I will be growing them again next year and the year after, because they could become one of my staple cabbages. And I like to grow smaller varieties as well, like those bush tomatoes, like the small safari bush beans, because if you haven't got much space, you can put all those out. And in my veg truck at home, I'll show you in about a month's time me planting all that up at the start of May, and that will become my mini bar of salads and small veg. So yeah, stay tuned for that video. So I've just popped the watering system on just for a manual spray, because I noticed that it wasn't pointed over at these spring onions, and I've actually seen that they're starting to come up. And this is the strange thing about growing. I actually sowed the same seed about 3 weeks ago and nothing came up. Nothing at all came up. I've sown them again in the same compost and they've germinated this time round. So sometimes it's just luck. And we had a bit of rain on Thursday and Friday. It was quite nice to look out the window at home and see the rain coming down. I just thought those onions will definitely be benefit from that, and they are. Look at them all stood up nice and straight now, and hopefully they'll grow strong and they'll be a great harvest in summer. And we had some terrible winds as well, so the nets have come off here, and it was my fault because I didn't put the side clips on, which was a bit silly of me. So let's get that done. There we go, job done. And the tulips are all starting to pop their little heads now as well, all around the plot. And this is an absolute delight on the plot. I mean, we've got some multi-headed daffodils. We've also got some grape hyacinth. Some tulips are coming up. I mean, it's looking absolutely beautiful. And also I left the lupins in to overwinter, and I mean, they're all survived. I mean, there was 4 in here, and there seems like there's 4 as well. So hopefully now they're nice, stronger, sturdier plants. They should do great in here in summer. And I knew I had some rain coming, so I purposely left the carrot bin off. And I'm sure there's benefit from all that rain, but they're starting to come up now. So in this lettuce bed at the back of the fig and olive plot, I did put some lettuces in. We've got some amaze over here, which is like a red little gem style lettuce, and also some Marvel of 4 Seasons lettuce. But I had a pile of onion sets left over, so I popped them in the bed quite close together, and I will harvest them later on in the season for spring onions. So if you have had a poor germination on spring onions, start sowing some now anyway. And if you've got some onion sets, honestly, pop them in quite close together. You only need to put them about 1 centimetre apart. in nice little rows. The green shoots that come up, you can peel off then the casing, and it's just a spring onion. It's another glorious day on the plot. It is absolutely, you know, sweltering heat today, but we got plenty of jobs to do. And first of all, I want to get all those alliums out of the polytunnel, harden them off outside. They're just going to be placed on one of the beds until I decide where they're going. That definitely needs to be done, and then I'll get back to you. But there's plenty of jobs to do, as always. I want to try and sort out all the potato buckets today, have a bit of organisation in the polytunnel, sow a pile of seeds, prick out a lot of seedlings. There's loads. It's April madness. Let's go. So it's a little bit different in the polytunnel now. All the alliums have been taken outside. I've moved most of the brassicas and the things that won't really tolerate the heat as much now. I've moved them over to here, so we've got like lettuces, coriander, morning glory, African marigolds, the lupins. Look how much they've come on now as well. The foxgloves, they can go out today as well. Probably move some of the lupins out as well, but just be careful with lupins because the slugs like them at this tender stage. So yeah. We've also got some parsley coming up. There is plenty of things. The red hot pokers, they're still doing okay. These are now all the Swedes, Marion Swede, Savoy cabbage, my cauliflower, my Clapton F1. We've also got the Pixie cabbage. We've also got the greyhound cabbage, Calabrese, Romanesco, Helena Swede, best of all Swede, another Helena Swede. Lilia spring onions, rainbow beetroot, bolt hardy beetroot, and then over here then we've got some bunny tails grasses, wild rocket, ranunculus. It just goes on and on. These are all my spare zinnias that I've offered to plot holders. Look at these brassicas. I mean, they are just ready to go out now. I'm going to leave it a couple of more days, and then, or maybe even this week I'll put them out. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. And then all the onions and shallots, most of them have gone out now, but these are all the ones from seed. We've also got a pile of celery here, celeriac. Yeah, it's madness. So on this side, we've got all the flowers now. I mean, they'll get a lot more sunlight as well. So these are all the zinnias. We've got peppermint, envy, which is a green one, candy stripe, white zinnias, swirl zinnias, scabia zinnia, which is a red one, plenty of zinnia swirls, which I'm going to give out to friends. We've got some gypsophila. The marigolds, they're doing okay, but they could do a bit better. We've got a few more things to prick out when they get a bit bigger, but I want to do the cos lettuce today, Swiss chard. Yeah, it's definitely coming along. I've also sown all my sunflowers now, and I'm hoping that I'm going to have a good show off those. With this heat now, hopefully they'll germinate really well up here. And these are all my spare tomato seedlings. I brought them over because I've pricked out what I wanted, offered them to plot holders so maybe they can try a new variety. But yeah, I'd rather them go to someone than being thrown in the compost heap. So yes, it's looking very full, but it'll all fit in the 2 allotments, I promise you. But if not, I'll always give it to other people. But yeah, it's looking a bit like a garden centre at the moment. And I love it like this, you know, all full of healthy green plants. And in autumn and winter, I use this place then just to prepare, ready, and also use it more like a warehouse to store things. But spring and summer, it turns into the food factory for the allotment. It's an absolute glorious day on the plot today, and it's finally here. I'm going to plant out as much as I can because there is plenty of brassicas, shallots, herbs, flowers that all need to go out. But today is the day. Let's go.
Tell me what you wanna do. I'll do anything as long as I can be here with you. Everything's alright. I'll be right here. I swear that I'll stay here with you. Hold me closer. I wanna stay here with you. All that we have is each other now. I promise I won't leave your side. Be who you are and you'll be enough. If you're giving me your love, giving me your love. All that we have is each other now. I promise I won't leave your side. I hope who I am is enough for you. If I'm giving you my love, giving you my love, love, love. Give me love, give me all your love, give me all your love. Give me love, give me all your love, give me all your love. Give me love, give me all your love, give me all your love. Give me love, give me all your love, give me all your love.
That felt so good, just getting out the Pixie cabbage, the Savoy vertus cabbage. I've also got out now the white sonsoma cabbage in here. And also over here, I've got the broadbeans are all out now, and they're all doing really well. Some beetroot, some shallots. So yes, it's all nice and planted out. And in this bed is the Caraflex F1. Now, if you had to pick one nice green cabbage, it would be this Caraflex F1. I absolutely love it. I've grown it for a few years now. They're so reliable and they go quite big, but they're absolutely one of my favourites. I've also, like you've seen, planted out the Kent blue peas. They're all in this hazelnut structure. And I've also got some of this nice twine as well, just like a netting. I've cable tied it just up like that. And I mean, it just looks really, really nice. And over here, some sweet peas. Now I'm hoping that these will climb up here and it'll start bringing the plot together because the fruit cage is here now. And I mean, there's nothing much you can do about that fruit cage. I mean, yes, I probably could plant the sweet peas up against it, but I don't want it in, you know, wrapping all inside all the netting. So we're putting some colour now onto the plot. I've also fitted a third teepee here out of hazelnut. Now this is ready for the French beans. I mean, it's all starting to really pull together now. You know, I've put all the labels out. Now these are just bits of plastic I've shown before. And I write down all the plants that I've sown and grown so that I can actually come out now and push them on the beds and kind of work out what's going in what bed, because I promise you I was left with about 3 or 4 vegetables and I was thinking, where are these going? But it seems to be some kind of plan. So the shallots are in here, no sign of those yet. I've also planted some sweet peas here as well to climb up this obelisk. In here is going to be the calabrese. Later on in the season will be the calaboss in here. The tulips will be dug out, and yeah, I'll be pouring them all the calaboss in here now. Calaboss I talk about all the time. They're a beautiful cabbage, an absolute beautiful cabbage. A nice pinky purple one, and they'll be great to harvest in September, October and November. In this bed with the structure, I'm going to put mange tout this side, And I'm going to put Blauhilde the other side. Again, Blauhilde, a lovely purpley French bean style. They are beautiful and they're great to freeze as well. So they'll go on that side. Over here will be the Romanesco and the cauliflower. In this bed, I've put in some iceberg lettuce, some garlic, which I add in a tray, and also the coriander, because it likes a bit of shade. So I think these will do fine here. I have got rocket on the label as well, because I did plan on putting rocket in this bed, but we shall see. I might have to find another shady spot for that. Now, I cannot believe it. I swear everything has stopped me from doing this shed build. I was going to build the shed on this one here, on this shed, and then I noticed there was birds nesting on top of the roof and all. So I thought, okay, back to the drawing board. I thought, do I wait and then I do the shed later on? And then I thought, okay, no, we'll revamp the old shed, you know, the shed that's on the fig and olive plot. And then I sat here having a sandwich and blue tits have nested in the nest box. Now that nest box has been there for 2 years. Nothing has touched it. I am happy and I'm really, really thrilled that they've decided to nest in that box, but it's sod's law. So it might have to be delayed a little bit. Yeah, we'll see. Back to the drawing board, I guess. So yes, I'm really pleased with the progress now. So these 3 beds now are new. They are from Vergiga. I'll put a link in the description for Vergiga. They actually supplied these 3 beds here and they're actually huge. I'm actually so pleased with them as well, and they will hold so many brassicas in them. So thank you so much, Vergiga, for sending me those. Like I said, I'll pop a link in the description as well for Vergiga. I think I've got quite a few beds from them now as well. I've got these ones here, the big tall circle ones here, the shallow circle one down here, and also these here, which I've obviously cut in half, but it was a really tall one. So yes, the plot is definitely taking shape now. All the tulips now are finally coming out, and as you can see, the label says French beans. I'm going to put some more French beans in here. I think I'm going to put like a nice trellis system up. And also in this bed, all the tulips are coming out now. I mean, look how gorgeous they are. They are absolutely stunning. And as you can see, I'm going to put sweet corn in here later on in the season. And it's slowly emptying now. Now I've still got a few stragglers of each. I will keep on for about a week or so, just in case I get any damage by anything. You just never know. And then later on, then I'll give them away. I've still got a few like my collies and a few other brassicas that I haven't put out yet, but that's because I want them to go a little bit bigger. But yeah, I'm slowly getting it out into the garden. And the potatoes are coming on leaps and bounds now. These are the shallots. I've got 4 buckets of them in here, and I cannot wait to harvest some nice fresh potatoes. And I still haven't planted out all the remaining potatoes into buckets, but it's definitely on the list for this week and probably be tomorrow's job. Since adding the watering system, look how many flowers and look how healthy these strawberry plants are. I am going to have a big bounty of strawberries this year, and I can see under here a little bee taking a nap underneath a strawberry flower. But yeah, I'm definitely going to get a huge crop of strawberries this year. I mean, each flower is a strawberry. I mean, look, honestly, these plants are laden in strawberries. Last year, they were only 1-year-old plants. So this year, these are 2-year-olds. So hopefully I'll get a nice crop. This is now going crazy. I mean, look at it. They're all now starting to really bush up. And yeah, I'm really pleased with it. I've also potted on all the Jolly Jester marigolds. Now, I thought I didn't have any French marigolds, and thank God these ones germinated really well. They've a bit of a stripy kind, but at least now I've got a nice set of about 80 there. So yeah, I've got enough. So if you compare those plants, you know, I just showed you compared to these ones, I mean, there's not as many flowers on them, but that's because these are 1-year-old plants, I'd say. Maybe 18 months old, but yeah, they've still got some flowers on them, and I'm still going to get a nice crop off them. But compared to these, which have got so many flowers on. I know where I'm going to be getting the strawberries from this year. And the good thing about planting them in little hanging baskets inside your greenhouse, your conservatory or your polytunnel is you get them a few weeks earlier than anyone else who've planted them outdoors, so it's a win-win. Sometimes it's good to just get up on the step ladder and have a look what's going on up on top, because even though you look, I am 6 foot, but this is still a little bit of a height, but I can see all the sweet corn now have germinated. It looks like I've got 100% there or thereabouts. There's none of the beans have come up yet, but I'm still hopeful. And I put quite a few pumpkins in as well. I put in some Jappy Little and also some Baby Boo pumpkins and also some Hunter Squash. No sign of those yet, but all the sunflowers now have seemed to be germinating, so that's a good sign. They'll have to be potted on. No achiki curry yet, and also no yard long beans, but fingers crossed for those as well. So yeah, sometimes it's just good to get up on top here, because I mean, you cannot see sometimes what's going on up here and you might miss something. So yeah, it's handy to have a little small step ladders if you've got a polytunnel and you're using the roof of your tunnel, just to climb up sometimes and have a look what's going on. And an update on these beds as well. Now, I purposely left these beds, even though I've dug them over 3 times now, I purposely left them to see if anything comes up, and yes, they have. There's still bits of bindweed coming up. Not as much as I thought it'd be. There is a little bit of a dandelion over there, and there is a couple of places where there is some bindweed. So I'm glad that I didn't actually put the frames on. I mean, I've got the wooden frames here ready for them. I'm glad that I didn't do that, because I now have to go through, and where there's bindweed coming up, I'll dig again in that area and try and find out if there's any couple of roots there. But yeah, I'm glad now that I didn't actually go full steam ahead with this area, and I can now see where there's a couple that are still coming up. Now, bindweed is a pest and it will constantly turn up when you don't want it, but this area was covered in bindweed, raspberry canes, brambles, stingy nettles, dock leaves, dandelions, you name it. You couldn't have anything else here apart from mare's tail, to be honest. Everything else was here. But I've done really well to dig it as much as I can, and I've taken out literally 99% of all the weeds on this area. But I've still got a way to go by just keeping at it. So just keep pulling at it, and hopefully it'll give up in the end. But I'm happy with the results that I've got on this so far. And I know I nag you, but don't forget to comment, like this video, because it really does help. Honestly, it really does help the videos to go further away to the audiences on YouTube. So click that like button, write a little comment, even if it's a love heart or anything that you particularly liked in the video. Do that for me. So do it right now. I can wait. And it's also asparagus season now, and I've already had 1 picking already of asparagus. There's a second year already, so they are coming now fast. But I'm all for it. I mean, I'm absolutely loving the asparagus right now. It's so sweet as well, having it fresh. I've never had it fresh before, so I'm overjoyed by it. And I've also got a pile of purple sprouting broccoli to take home as well. Now, if I don't eat it all, I'll pop it into a freezer bag and chuck it in the freezer for later on to use. I mean, it's great just to take out the freezer, pop it into a steamer, and you're good to go. I am absolutely thrilled with the progress that I've made on both plots. I mean, small steps in some parts, but also huge steps in others where I've managed to get all the growing spaces ready. Yes, the shed hasn't been built yet, and there's still parts of it that's a little bit messy, but that's part of an allotment life, We'll get there in the end. I'm Danny, and this is Grow Up.